Comments and rating comments are disabled for this live stream. For what? What up? There we go. It should be up there. The comments should be on now. Oh yeah. There we go. Come on. Set me up right. Set me up right. Set me up right. Set me up. Come on. Set me up right. Come on, Doc. What's up? What's good? Now y'all can say something.
Is this one? Testing. Yeah, is this one? Yeah. And you guys can see what I'm doing. The 𝕸𝖔𝖊𝖒𝖚 people. Windows capture at the very top. Let's put video at the top. And lock all of these. Let me move that one over. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. It took me a long time to do this. Oh my gosh. Forever and ever and ever. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Maria? I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that. Look, I noticed like a sudden surge. I noticed like a sudden surge in my following on here on YouTube, and suddenly it just kind of like slowed down. And I have noticed like they're playing around with the numbers. Like they playing around. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I honestly don't know. If you telling me that it's unsubscribing and doing all that stuff, you know, YouTube has been hating on me lately. YouTube has been hating on me. But you see what I got behind me? You know, it's the 10 Bay people. What I was talking about in my last video and stuff like that. I thought this was very, very interesting. All right. This is real interesting. And this my first time really doing a stream like this. Hey yo, TB. Can you hear me?
Yo, what it do, Kevin?
Hey yo, I'm on stream right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
You got something?
Man, I wanted to tell you, right? So I called Monkey Tribe a few minutes ago about, you know what I'm saying, the lineage be soft phone because I got so much information. Boy, they say they don't even have the capacity to do the genealogy work with you. You just have to come up there and make a meet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like, they don't even care to get into the genealogy.
Who said that?
If a Monkey Tribe, that's what's on their message.
The Pooh Monkeys?
Yeah. Either the Powers, I called one of them motherfuckers not too long. Hold on, let me see who I called. I don't want to say it wrong. I forgot you said the screen.
What's up, 𝕸�ㄢ𝖚𝖚𝖚? What's going on? What's up with you? He said he just now catching a live. Hey, I don't really go live like this, man. I don't really go live. So, this is my first time really doing it like this, man. I hope y'all like it. I usually be on TikTok, but since they took my TikTok account away, I gotta come over here.
Hey, look, my daddy calling me, so I'm going to call you right back, cousin.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, man. This the first time, man. Welcome. What's going on? So you heard me? Where you hear me from? Where you hear about me? Where'd you hear about me? Let me do this too. Oh, you watch some of the short videos? Do I sound crystal clear in the microphone? I want to make sure everything's cool, because this is how we're going to be doing it for a good minute. We're going to be doing lives like this for a good minute. Where y'all can tell me, because I ain't going to lie, a lot of people be complaining to me and stuff like that about how I'm doing my videos and stuff. So it's like, hey, man, y'all going to be right here with me, you know, as I go along. But I can't listen too much now because I don't want it to be no job. This ain't a job. This is just me doing whatever. You know, I don't want things to get too serious. If it gets too serious, then it kind of just becomes like boring. You know, I don't want it to be boring. It's not about that. It's enough people that talk like, you know, real bland and stuff like that when you go to school. This ain't school. This is like a remembrance, you know. Camp folk just chilling. Ooh, hold on now. Maybe I should do this instead and decrease. That's what I need to do. Give me a little bit of time real quick. Dang, everybody calling me. 1 second. Why is everybody calling me? Hello? I'm on stream. I'm on stream. What's going on?
I might want to do that. I was calling because I wanted to know if you wanted the plantain.
Plantains?
Yeah.
Yes, I like plantains.
Okay, I'll bring them home.
Yes, thank you. All right,
All right, later.
later. All right, I'm back. Let's do this. Is there any way to minimize the screen? All right, right here. Let's go. Let's go. And let's go. Let's go. Dance in the circle, that thrash. Okay, let's go. Okay, the indigenous adolescents. Let me turn this off real quick. Alright. So a lot of people don't realize that these individuals, like, if y'all don't know, blackface is kind of everywhere, man. And I was very shocked when I came across these people right here. These people, these are indigenous girls. We gotta kind of like go down a little bit, you know. And boys prepare to take part in a ritual during the final and most symbolic day of the 𝕸𝖚𝖊𝖒𝖚 coming of age festival at the Ramadan. No, I ain't mean to zoom in on it now. I just said Ramadan Ritual Center and the Teni Terha. I don't know. Hey, somebody help me out now. All right, Watimbe. Y'all know what's interesting? There's a Timbe people in Africa. But whatever, right? Located in Alto Rio, Guamá Indigenous Territory in Pará State, Brazil. So it's apparently a part of their traditions to dress up and paint themselves black. And that's very strange. The indigenous adolescent danced in a circle under the thatched roof hut from near dawn to dusk while parents looked on from the perimeter. Some of the adults smoked tobacco mixed with the wood from a local tree in Brazil's Amazon rainforest. The seemingly endless loop of the procession taking place over 6 long days this month, we leave in some Tembe, Tenahara youngsters with swollen and bandaged feet. They were receiving little Hold on 1 second. Shoot. If anybody in here, y'all, let me see. What's up, TB?
Yeah. I had to call back and make sure I had the right tribe. I definitely had the right tribe. Ain't got no help for you with your genealogy.
They'll literally help you with the genealogy.
Hell no, they refuse.
They refused.
They're refusing. They're saying they don't have the capacity to help nobody with their genealogy.
Oh, that's a problem.
Major. But at this point, I mean, y'all have millions of people disenfranchised from their ancestry.
Wait.
Yeah. That's what that means.
So you all right? So if you Pumanki, you can't identify as Pumanki because the tribe don't. You know what's interesting about that Pumanki tribe too? Like a lot of them mixed, and a lot of them not even the originals.
Yeah. That's for sure.
The
A
Pumankis
lot.
were Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's up, Desert Storm? Thank you. I can see you.
I'm a descendant of John West. And I think his name was what, Riley Croshaw.
Yeah,
I'm a descendant of both these people and their Indian wives.
I want.
So
I'm letting you know you're on stream, so you're still on
okay,
stream.
okay, that's cool, info.
Okay.
And I see everything that happened with the Virginia Company of London. Like I'm still looking for the names of these 20 and odd something Negroes that they introduced into America, because the papers say they introduced America to Negroes, but they don't say how many on these records. Like how they got it on these bricks. As I keep reading, especially around my family name and them arriving in 1608 instead of 1619.
Yeah.
I'm leaving for a little while, coming back 3 years later, and other people like the 𝕸𝖊𝖚s were the ones who helped bring in the so-called Negroes, but it doesn't say they brought them from Africa.
Yeah.
See, they had a war with the Portuguese or the Dutch in the West Indies, right? So when you hear about the Spanish conquering this Portuguese ship, it wasn't the Spanish, it was the English. So that part of history is already wrong according to the Virginia Company of London. Now, these 20 and odd something Negroes are literally from South America because they have no written history of them traveling through Africa before they came to America. Now, we know that there was no African slaves in Virginia in the early 1600s.
Yeah.
So, who were these Negroes if y'all didn't get them from Africa? Because the Virginia Company of London are claiming they're the ones who fought the Portuguese and the Dutch in the West Indies Ocean. I don't really see nothing with them having to deal with the Spanish too much, unless those Negroes were Spanish. Because now I'm just giving you I guess a theoretical version of what I'm looking at and what I'm reading info.
Mhm.
So explain to me how if you didn't take a trip to Africa to get Negroes, and the Spanish never brung Negroes and they enslaved nothing but Indians, who were these Negroes that y'all don't give a number on in y'all documents? They say 20 and something odd in our history books and on stone, but the Virginia Company of London doesn't have a number for these Negroes. They just say introduce the first Negroes to Jamestown, Virginia.
Oh, 1 second. What's up, Kim? Folk? Thank you guys. The mic was low while I was talking. I didn't know it was off. I didn't even know the mic was off. That sucks. But yeah.
So the same thing I just explained to you, I want your people to hear this. According to John Smith, Thomas 𝕸𝖊𝖚, which Delaware is named after, the whole House of Burgess, Negroes were introduced to Virginia, but there wasn't a number. They warred with the Dutch and the Portuguese in the West Indies. They don't have no records of encounters with the Spanish so far as I'm reading in the 1600s, y'all. And this is straight out of the Virginia Company of London off my family tree, because I come from Riley-Croshaw. I come from Thomas Delaware. I come from the West family, as in Colonel John West. I come from the son of the Pamunkey Queen, John West. Unity Croshaw and Rachel Croshaw are my ancestors. So all of Pocahontas' family, I have either a half or close relationship to them. The Pamunkey tribe doesn't help with genealogy because they don't have the capacity to. So what I'm finna break down to you folks is, if the Negroes that was taken from the Portuguese by the Spanish are the same 20-some odd Negroes that ended up in Virginia, or the ones that ended up in Roanoke, how did they disappear with Indians? You had to be Indian. My Croshaw family came straight to Virginia and named a place flat and gave it an Indian name without even knowing how to speak Indian, apparently. You got to think about it. People being born in England, coming to America and naming a place in the native tongue. I want y'all to really start thinking about this. Pocahontas' whole family was royalty in England. And Success. So when y'all hear about Success in England, all these exclusive places, Paris and France, our Indian folks was there, and I got the Virginia Company of London records to prove. See, these folks had Christian names when they came back to America, and they were their own names. So our folks need to realize, when you keep seeing immigration papers with your ancestors' names on them, and it's going to England, that's because that's how your folks were becoming Christians, getting shipped over there and coming back. But the history books are not going to tell you that, man. It took for me to get to the 15 and 1600s on my family tree to realize that our folks were converting to Christianity on their own. The whole, some people was getting abducted and things. It was some Indians setting other Indians up for it. It's all written in the Virginia history books. Like, y'all got to start reading the story of the 𝕸𝖊𝖚 and the 𝕷𝖚𝖚 and how they warred with the Spanish and the San Francisco Jesuits. A whole spiritual warfare. About how the 𝕷𝖚𝖚 became Christians, but they wanted to strip the whole Indian from them. And that's why they reconverted back. And they still kept their Christian ways and their Indian ways. Like, my folks was not able to really deal with them still being like Indians and being Christians. So when you see your old folks in the church and the way we do things in the church, that's us still being the Indian, y'all. We welcome this new empire with open arms, just for them not to tell us that it was some people conquering them on the other side. And we've been dealing with you folks not knowing that these people are not the people that we are, or should be in the positions that we are in. Like, we are dealing with new breeds of people in this world that have stolen identities. And I got the family tree and the proof that our folks were ruling in royalty in London, and in England, and in France, and in Germany, and Ireland. I got photos of the Queen of Pamunkey's emblem in all countries in Europe were created by these people. So when we tell y'all the timeline is off, it's very off. This wasn't no invasion. It was the build of a new empire. The Iroquois, the Pamunkey, the Seneca, all of these tribes that was up north was the first to be emancipated, or to have an emancipation go on in the 1600s. Y'all should read the Iroquois Confederacy and those 5 tribes from up north that was warring around the lakes. Business was being handled, and we are forgetting what the business was. It was all about building other nations and other places to expand our empires. destroyed empires and built new ones to the point where we got so reckless with the warring, we had to build people to stop us from warring. So a lot of this stuff that I'm reading and I'm going over, it wasn't just like, oh, we was getting conquered by people. No, some people was taking things from other people they had no business, and people needed help. So the closest allies they had, that's who they went to. So you had some on the West Coast, they allied with the Asian and Australoid empires and the Arabian empires, and us on the East, we lined up with the European empires, and we helped build them. The North African empire. Like, y'all got to start really reading the articles about Indian slavery and how they were sending us to Europe and London, all to North Africa,
Morocco, Tangier,
Tunisia, and all and all to the islands in the West Indies. It was only sending us places we was already royalty. See, we would build a nation, and corn was the most important part of building new nations. You can't build a new nation without corn. But a lot of people don't know, without the three sisters, you can't build a new nation. The three sisters don't survive everywhere, but here in the Americas. So the whole point of colonization was to make sure that the Americas keep feeding the world. So all that we see going on with all these countries keep getting built by America, this was our ancestors doing from the get-go.
You know what's crazy?
Somebody else is just running our show, and I'm giving y'all my honest word with all the breath left in my body.
You know what's crazy about that? I just literally watched a video about how corn is being used in Africa. Like a lot of tribes in Africa eat corn. They mash it up, make some type of flour out of it.
Damn near cornmeal, about the same thing, really. And that's why, it's time for us to start discussing how Indians traded on other Indians to help finish building a nation they was building overseas. See, people can say infiltration and they can say backstabbers, but royalty is royalty, and kingdoms gonna rule. War is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If your family lost, they reunited with another kingdom that was winning. All of these kingdoms wasn't shut down. It's just some kingdoms was getting overwarred because people kept making friends in different places where other people wasn't reaching. See, just thinking that we was okay just being fully here in the Americas, not realizing we was already warring amongst each other, wasn't helping none of us. So everybody started picking allies in other places. Some people chose the Spanish, some people chose the French, some people chose England, some people chose Asia. You know what I'm saying? Some people chose Australia, some people chose Africa. And that's why they say the Americas is the most mixed continent there is. There is no other place as diverse as the Americas because we are allied in royalty here. I can guarantee you get to the 1600s, you will find royalty on your family tree. And that's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in America, no matter what side you stay on, will get to the 16 and 1500s and not find any form of royalty. Because that's what this war was about, kingdoms falling and new kingdoms rising. Y'all got to think about it. We have 52 states here in the Americas, not including Washington, D.C. now. Because Virginia, when the company of Virginia first landed in Virginia, Virginia was known as a country by itself. The Indians told everybody else they couldn't enter their country. Not a state, not a city, not their land, but their country. The whole area of Virginia was known as a country. Just like the state of Georgia, before it became a colony, was known as a country, which West Florida and East Florida was one country. All of Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Delaware, and Maryland was one country. See, that's why you have sections. That's why they call it the DMVs, the tri-state areas. If y'all really start paying attention to the ancient names of the places, like around Augusta and Aiken, we call it the Central Savannah River area. This is one area. And people have to start understanding that as long as you're not paying attention to the demographics of what has been put together in the names and places and how other people incorporated but other people have a natural inheritance to it, then you'll understand why your all three cousins keep incorporating everything, because that's the way you take the inheritance away from it. Because he was incorporated, everybody can put an interest and an investment into it. But when it's just purely inherited, that means you have to be incorporated. So in order for them to do business here on this land, we had to be incorporated. Keyword, birth certificate, social security card, trickery into citizenship, because you never got a certificate of citizenship from the House of Interior. So you're not a citizen at all, but y'all don't understand that we are literally living in times of unincorporated incorporations.
I have noticed an extreme amount of unincorporated towns and cities. I have noticed that.
There's plenty of them. It's probably like I think Goddess Mozilla, she can actually give you the number of all the abandoned towns in most states. Like, this is no lie. Like, if you ever on here one night and you get her to pull up how many caves are in America, how many springs, how many dams we got, how many abandoned cities, the oldest trees in the world, they are all here in the Americas. Some of the oldest castles in the world, 5,000, 6,000-year-old castles, are here in the Americas. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about our area of the Americas, North America. Like, we have to realize, like,
I had a conversation with her.
You talk to her later?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, she the truth, man. Her and Empress Kitty, Pretty Kitty, like, bro, they the truth. Like, when they come down to ancient things, like, you know how the Seminole Indians, how the Seminole are the Arabian Nights, and they have a parade called the Arabian Nights every year. How the Chief, you know what I'm saying? They got the documents of how the Yuchi Indians speak Hebrew. I actually got a document somewhere on one of my computers, which I know I need to telegram you for the next time you have one of these, showing that all the different Cherokee tribes amongst the different nations. But the Uchis had a form of Cherokee, the Powhatans had one. The Uchis had a form of Shawnee, the Powhatans had one. So did the Creeks too. So I'm really, but the Creeks called the Cherokees Cherokee, not Cherokee. It was Cherokee with the L in it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people might not know they not Cherokee. You might be Cherokee, and you might know what I'm saying, not Cherokee. See, it's different names from different people. Just like one day they own form of Cherokee.
Just like one of the elders told me, you got the Cherokee, and you got the Cherokee, and now it's another. So just like you got different Blackfoots.
Yeah. Everybody wasn't the same, because you had the whole Geechee, the Yuchi, the Huchi. Like, we got to realize that there's different Yuchi tribes. Just like, because the Muscosian stock was Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. But you got the Tennessee, that was a different stock of Uchis. You know what I'm saying? Just like right now in Oklahoma, that's a different stock of Uchis. We don't even really know where that stock come from. We don't know nothing about, you know what I'm saying, they past ancestral background, really, because they lead back to Tennessee and the Savannah River, but we can't really say that those the same people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like right now people have to realize that so many different forms of us are here that nobody can take the right from us of who we are. Like, these folks are really picking at us about our the disenfranchisement we went through. Like, if y'all really listen on TikTok to what these folks are saying, or y'all mad y'all got kicked out the tribes and that they took y'all out, like, these folks literally knows what happened to us, bro. This is not a joke. And, like, when I bring up the N-word thing, brother, and I tell them that shit, they call Indians N-words, so why do y'all use it as a slur against us? You know what I'm saying? Like, that mean y'all wasn't the people the Indians that was getting called those words. You feel me? Because you use it as a slur towards us, because you was the ones helping these folks really run us from our governance on these lands. So I was thinking the gold rush was was the most important thing that happened in America, but it wasn't, bro. We've been getting warred on about corn for over 400 years. Corn. We'll be going into 600 years in the next 70 years, bro. About people warring on the Americas for corn. Not a place to live, but corn. Starvation periods. they happen every year around the world. Starvation periods. You know, everybody run to during the starvation period. The Americas. Yeah, I need to type in and start looking up the starvation periods around the world and see what foods were provided to the world to help stop starvation. And you're going to see corn is at the top. Beans are at the top. Squash is at the top. All the America's plants are at the top. Medicine, all the America herbs are at the top. We get warred on literally about what comes out of our dirt, bro. Our dirt is more valuable than anything in this world. The gold, the diamonds, the oil. It's our dirt, bro. All the minerals and resources that everybody's looking for.
It's over here.
The most important thing in this world is the food, bro. Because if people can't eat, guess what? Nobody's gonna survive. So we can hear other countries say, "Oh, y'all taking our minerals." The realest mineral on this planet is one of these plants that's coming out the soil. And if you ain't got the stocks to turn your soil black enough to where anything will just grow out of it that's nutritious,
I got it. Okay,
then guess what? You ain't got nothing that can sustain life. See, the three sisters are that stock that turns the soil black. The three sisters can't establish everywhere. So we have to start really thinking about this. How was the rest of the world surviving without corn? It's a new question of a lifetime, but nobody's going to really answer that question. Like, they not going to have one, because when you look through history, corn is one of the most ancient and important symbols on everybody's hieroglyph.
Wait, Brandon.
Hold on, cousin. I'm going to come right back. Get my sign right.
Good gracious alive. No wonder they use that. They use that stuff in Africa. That's not good. That's not good at all. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Jody? Mike? Michelle? What's up, Aborigine? Okay. I can hardly hear you. These people are indigenous to Brazil. No one came from Africa. The Europeans are masterful. Peace and love to you, brother. I have to return to work. All right, peace. The Timbe, okay? Timbe people who honor, you know, I told people before, man, we taught individuals what they know. You can tell the difference between a contacted tribe and an uncontacted tribe. Typically, a contacted tribe will usually have some type of clothes on. They will have some type of tattoo markings, something, or a feather headdress. Like TB is saying, shoot, what we've been told ain't what you think it is.
Yeah, man, these contacted tribes, they were still doing their thing here in the Americas when they got here, but overseas, you know, they'll suit up and put on them suits. Like when you read the Middle Plantation Treaty, you're gonna find out that the Europeans was giving these folks real crowns and dressing them up in European regalia. You know what I'm saying? Like giving them royal shit. They sitting on thrones right here in the Americas. Like y'all really need to start reading these treaties. Like my ancestor John West is on the Pamunkey Queen Treaty of the Middle Passage. You know what I'm saying? Because he the son of Kakasuri, or however you say her name. I don't want to say it wrong. Forgive me if I have said it wrong. But when I do my family tree and I had to erase it 10 times, you know what I'm saying? 10 times. And on both sides, I get the same results. You know, either I'm with Ann West, the daughter of, you know what I'm saying, Unity West, or Unity Croshaw, whichever one y'all want to call her. Like, I go back to John West, or either I go back to Joseph Croshaw, know what I'm saying? Or I go back to their mothers, you feel me? Or I go to England and I'm with Queen Anne Noli and all of them, which when you find out that Queen Anne is of a monkey tribe, then you get to trying to wonder like how does a queen in Europe, how the hell is she the head of a tribe over here in America? Like she just come home and got all this going on. Like she just come here and got everything going on. I'm trying to figure it out. So when you hear stories about the tribe saying that when they came to the lands they inhabit, people was living on them and they was trying to figure out how these people got here and where they came from. Then you understand how these tribal wars kept going on and where all the mixing and the breeding was really started. Like some people was leaving home, going to handle business overseas, and was coming back, and people was settled in their homes.
So every time we went off to battle, that's when they was taking advantage.
That's when folks was coming through taking advantage. Like we'll go, somebody will come to America wanting help. You know what I'm saying? We going to dish out the corn and help. You know what I'm saying? We shipping dirt and grass and everything else over to propagate their lands. We building roads in areas that's really not sustainable to keep their cities together. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the ruins of a lot of these old places, they like if you think about it, the Americas has all the ancient roads around the world. We have more concrete laid than any other place in the world. You know what I'm saying? See, the jungles of North America were supposed to stay the same, but due to the fact of how we had to build everything else, we had to cut down a lot of America to sustain the rest of the world. See, people think they were just destroying America. No, they knew how strong she was and that she could take a beating. I hate to say it like that, and I know none of us don't want to hear it like that because that shit is absurd. But we did this just to build other kingdoms around the world, bro. And those kingdoms are falling and failing right now. And they're trying their best to survive. And the only way they're gonna survive is if we get back into royal position, because we the only people that really know how to nutritiously supply the world. That whole "Make America Great Again" thing was to literally give the Indians back their trading power in their land. Y'all thought, like, I hate to say it, but the world really thought Trump was joking about when he said it. Those Indians don't look like Indians to me. Now we know real Indians, and everybody know real Indians, and even the real Indians know they don't look like Indians. North America's the West Indies, South America's the East Indies. There is no other Indies. South America's in the Ethiopian and Indian Ocean, just like North America's in the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean.
So wow, okay. So it's really inevitable.
Yeah,
It's everything that is us getting our power is inevitable,
it's
regardless
inevitable.
regardless what which way you look at it. You can't unalive. You can't get rid of us. It's just not possible. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know, we can't even explain how it is the way it is, but when they keep telling us North Americans that we are a different breed of people, like our blood is different. Like okay, we might be mixed with Africans, or we might be mixed with European. Have you noticed they don't like to say we mix with Asians or or Australians? They'll get at the South Americans, and they won't give that to us. You want to know why? Because those are the kingdoms we were helped building. Those are the kingdoms that the South Americans were building. They was going up the Pacific. The
Yeah.
Californians was going up the Pacific. California is not part of America, bro. And just like Rhode Island is, it's called Rhode Island
You know
because
what's
it's an
crazy?
island.
Some of them try.
California is an island. It's not a part of the
Hey, yo,
Americas.
TB, you know what's crazy? Reading one of those books, it said that the people down there asked where did they get their bow and arrows, and it said it was some tall, dark-skinned people that came and brought it to them. And then, like, you look into other parts of the world, and you see how so many similarities with all these tribes, and how all these tribes conveniently just know how to make the exact same things. You know what I'm saying? You all know how to make a Philly headdress. You all know how to make clothes. You all know how to make flour. You all know how to, uh, look for certain things when you hunting, do certain things when you hunting. It's not a coincidence. It's really not a coincidence.
Right. My bad about the noise in the background.
It's all right.
Maybe people.
Okay.
But like this is and this is a good key point that you just made again. Is the coincidence shouldn't be believed in because they are too synonymous with conspiracy. What we have to look at is the fact that the Mayans created the number zero, which means nothing, which means there is something, there's a connection to nothingness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when we studied southern India, you know what I'm saying? The ancient Hindustan culture of southern India and how it got its different Nagamaya names and the
Mm-hmm.
Asura Maya, you know what I'm saying? And how they have 2.3 to 2.8 million years worth of history written down about the elders, the three wise men, the ancient Mayas, like the Asura Maya, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Brahmins. And I look back and I find out that Shiva of Lanka, which, Sri Lanka is named after, which, Shiva is Queen Shiva, is her footprint at the top of Adam's Peak. And I'm like, hold on, all of our young lives, we was told that that was Guadaman, that was Buddha's footprint. But what they don't tell us is that Shiva is Guadaman Buddha. There's been many Buddhas, but she is Gautama Buddha, not Guadamin, but Gautama Buddha. Now,
Yeah.
when you go to Guatemala, you see a statue of Buddha, and that is Shiva of Sri Lanka. So when you see the word Ceylon, and Ceylon is in Guatemala, and then you see Sri Lanka, which is connected to Ceylon, you you get the understanding. Like, hold on,
Mm-hmm.
this female statue is actually Queen Shiva. She's the original Buddhist, but isn't the Fertile Crescent sign named after her too? So you mean to tell me that a form that Fertile Crescent sign of muscle in the Buddhist culture comes from one woman, Shiva? But nobody pays that no attention because they don't look at our Fertile Crescent here in the Americas. See, they skip over our tree and our fawn that's right there in the Caribbean Sea and right there in the Gulf of Mexico. See, they don't see that. That's a deer in a tree bush. They don't see the fertility of, they don't see the Bambi story that's been being played to us in Disney because they don't understand the mother birth and the son, the whole Mason term. They don't understand the birth of the elephant. Like, when you put your medical physical together with the history of religion, when it's stemming from the Americas, you get a whole new perspective of whatever we've been taught. Because, see, we always look at things from the ancient Egyptian perspective or the ancient China perspective or the ancient Hindustan perspective, but we never go back into the Maya, the Inca, you know what I'm saying, the Kapatech or the Zapotec. We don't go back into the Olmec or the Amenemhats, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are ancient people that's here from the Americas that have names 200, 300, 2 or 3 million years old. So we have to really start looking at all history from the primitive points of life. America was the last primitive place on the planet, whether y'all know it or not. We were so primitive to the point that everybody wanted to bring their technology to us. Every idea that people had, we created it. There's no lie. Like, people wanted weapons, we created weapons. Because we create things. That's what we do. We literally chopped down our biggest trees. The giants did. A lot of them chopped down the biggest trees just to give us private places to live, away from the rest of the world. You think folks didn't come into the mountains and run us up out the mountains out into the open? Some of us was cave dwellers too. Some of us was tree livers. We lived high up in the sky, miles away from the earth. All that got tore down, man. If y'all really start paying attention to the old folks, they've been had a disconnection from a lot of things. That's why they didn't take mess from other people. Then you had some old folks, they was very nice. They didn't want no war with people. but they was trying to just move on and find their own beautiful little place to be. But we've been missing a lot of the symbolism of our own past and our own struggles of trying to repopulate this planet properly after, you know what I'm saying, the tragedies and the atrocities we went through.
Hey, yo, T.
Uh,
1 second. I want to make sure. Can y'all hear him? Good. Can y'all hear him? Good, chat. They said yeah, they can hear you. Well, wait, 1 second.
hold on, my man just started crying.
All right. True, it turned to a different type of stream, dog on it. But hey, so be it. You gotta go with the flow. First stream, man. Like this. Sure, y'all see, I even went and got a whole camera just for this, man, because the other streams I was doing wasn't on here, wasn't that good. I ain't like it. But as time goes on, you work out the kinks, and you find what suits you, I guess. But I'll be going live tomorrow too. I'm gonna be going live tomorrow after this stream. Yeah. Also, by the way, if y'all want to, hold on. Let me do this for y'all real quick. Oh man, I don't want to be on standby.
Yeah, I had to cut that man some music on or something because he be showing that what you want. He like to listen to music and see dancing and stuff like that. So, you know, he got that good Freeman blood in him.
I got a number for people on here that if y'all want to call me, 1 second. Now, hold on a second. Dang, man, where's this business number? There we go. Hey, if y'all want to call me, man, y'all can call me at 602-935-7587. Now, you know, this is for business and if you want to have a conversation with me. I can't give out the other number, that's my personal number. This is my business number. Okay? Again, it's 602-935-7587. But what were you saying to me? You're probably still busy.
No. I'm saying my son, he like listen to music and watch and what you know. He actually got that good Freeman in him. He read just like y'all.
That Freeman blood.
Oh yeah, man. That's the ancestors for sure. Talking about this boy had about as curly as we want to be. This how curly as me and
Good gracious.
oh yeah. But you know, I have to make sure I keep him with everything natural that I can keep him with. Baby or not, I don't know why they think we're supposed to feed our children or use natural shit on our babies, and we're supposed to just give them chemicals. I'm not turning my son into no acid box. He's gonna be just as godly as he can be. So when you hit the shower, we get black soap already. I want to play that. Coconut oil, essential oils, all that.
AOT. I might have to. I'm trying to determine how much time I got. I might have to end it. I have to end the stream. So
So
right
right
now,
now,
it's
it's
been
been
it's
it's
been
been
about an
about an
hour.
hour.
It's
It's
been
been
about a
about a
good
good
40.
40.
Well, they definitely got to learn something, man. We got to get together, put some notes together. I need to get on the screen with you one day so I can show people these Virginia company of London records, man.
Do
Do
you
you
have
have
a
you
you got a
got a
YouTube
YouTube
channel,
channel,
right?
right?
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. I just ain't never did nothing on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, let me think. Could I do it like that? Could I
Yeah,
mirror it
mirror
to the TikTok
TikTok,
and then you
you
could
can
jump on
jump
a
on
TikTok
TikTok
and
and
do
do
it
it
like
like
that?
that.
It's like a
Like a
double
double
stream.
stream,
It's like
like
a
a
double
double.
mirror. Or
Or
I
I
could
could
do it
do
to
it to
where
where
I
I
send
send
you
you
a
a
link
link
for
for
like a
like a
video
video
chat
chat
that
that
only
only
mirror
mirror
the
the
screen
screen
for the
for the
video
video
chat.
chat.
Okay, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. I just want to be able to present the stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Where people can read it also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even if I have to save every page on the documents and mail it to you or telegram it to you, I want people to really read these documents. Like, see these family trees. Understand that everybody that colonized America was a part of a royal family. They were not sending peasants over there until the late 1800s.
Dang.
And
So
so,
I
I
mean,
mean,
but
but
that's
that's
the
the
part
part
that
that
I'm
I'm
trying to
yeah,
get. Who
who
are
are
these
these
individuals?
individuals?
Like,
Like,
I
I
know
know
we've
we've
been
been
speculating.
speculating,
Oh, it's the Moors. It's
Moors,
the Moors. But
Moors,
I'm
but I'm
like,
like,
yo,
yo, we
we
was
was
the
the royalty,
royalty,
man.
man.
This is Sephardic Jews, man. The Moors were us. The Indians was Moors. The Sephardic Jews, the we were the Moors and the original Jews. So when we was breeding, making half breeds, we were making Sephardics. Everything is based on America, bro. We just been they've been telling us a story from the outside in instead of it, from the
Yeah,
outside in, knowing that we on the inside looking out.
Yeah.
yeah,
So when they coming to us with the story, they coming to us like it's happening over there when all of it's really going on here.
We
we
gotta
got
do is just somehow place it over here.
Like I want you to show me one war overseas where these countries was fighting in the water. All right, put them all up. Show me the battles at sea that these great countries were having besides Europe, the countries of Africa, and the countries of the America. China. You're going to see that all these wars happen right here in the seas close by us. Like most of the European wars happened between the Spanish, the Dutch, the English, the French, and all that. It happened right here in the West Indies, not nowhere over there. So people need to start really getting these folks to explain when y'all war in the Atlantic Ocean, y'all had to come all the way to the West Indies to have y'all war. They need to explain that. That's the truth, because nobody's ever asked that question. Why did the Europeans and the Africans have to have their wars in the West and East Indies seas, which are right here in the Americas, and not over there where they're from, because their land doesn't have water all in between it. Their land is one big landmass with no water in the middle. You have to get all the way over there by Thailand and all that to have water in the middle. So Europe and most of Africa ain't got no water in the middle. So why would they be over here in our seas near the Canary Islands? Because people got to realize the Canary Islands might be Northwest Africa, but it's an island only a few hundred miles away from that. If it's that many miles, that connects you straight to America. Turks and Caicos is right there by one of the islands that's right there in the Ethiopian Ocean that takes you right there damn near to West Africa, the southwestern parts of Africa, like Central Africa, we would say. So the African Americans really should be from South America, and they should be calling us European Americans. Because the white folks are really from Africa, and we are really the Europeans.
Yep, Europa.
So way to America to war in our water, where they had plenty other water to war in. Y'all came all the way over here to fight each other.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
That's
That's
what
what
I've
I've
been
been
saying.
saying.
That
That
don't
don't
make
make
any
any
type
type
of
of
sense.
sense.
We
We
are
are
the
the
Indo-European.
Indo-European.
It don't make sense. I
I
mean,
mean,
and
and
to
to
think
think
about
about
it,
it,
dealing
dealing
with
with
the
the
the Council
Council
of
of
Nicaea,
Nicaea,
like
like
you
you
looked
looked
at it
at it
from
from
another
another
point, you
point, you
came to
came
the
to the
conclusion. I
conclusion. I
looked
looked
at
at
it
it
from
from
the
the
Council of
Council of
Nicaea,
Nicaea,
and like
and
the
like the
fact
fact
that
that
it
it
was
was
Ogham
Ogham
writing
writing
already
already
found
found
in
in
Canada.
Canada.
It
It
was
was
already,
already,
Hebrew
Hebrew
writing
writing
found
found
along the
along the
Mississippi
Mississippi
River,
River,
and it was
and it was
also
also
found.
found
Different
different
writings was
writings was
found
found
in
in
caves.
caves.
Ogham
Ogham
writing
writings
was
was
found
found
in
in
caves.
caves.
You had
Yeah,
Hebrew
Hebrew
inscriptions
inscriptions
found
found
within
within
mounds.
mounds.
So
So
it's
it's
like,
like,
how
how
does
does
that
that
make
make
any
any
type of
type of
sense?
sense?
Y'all
Y'all
want to
want
sit
to
up
sit up
here
here
and
and
say
say
these
these
things,
things,
but
but
the
the
name
name
like
like
Seneca
Seneca
is
is
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
Like
Like
all
all
these
these
different
different
names
names
are
are
so-called
so-called
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
So,
So,
like
like
you
you
said,
said,
it's
it's
either
either
it's something's
something's
wrong
wrong
with
with
this
the
whole
whole
story.
story.
Something
Something's
wrong with
wrong
the
with the
whole
whole
thing.
thing.
And then the fact that they can't tell us where they got these so-called Negroes from is amazing to me, because they're taking their warred with these people in the seas, but they're not telling us where they got these Negroes from, the Virginia Company. And I noticed that stone that talks about the 29 something Negroes doesn't say where them Negroes came from either. They just know that them Negroes were taken from another ship and put onto their ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's to say those Negroes wasn't of royalty or somebody important?
You
You
know,
know,
it's
it's
crazy
crazy
going
going
back
back
in
in
my
my
lineage.
lineage.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm
I'm
finding
finding
names
names
like
like
King
King
David
David,
and Isaac and all that.
So,
So, like you said, it don't make no type of sense, man. And even the fact that most surnames that the biggest surname that we have is not commonly found amongst white people. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Johnson.
Johnson. You ain't no white man talking about my last name is Johnson. That's a
That's a
surname
surname
though.
though.
So
So
this
this
whole
whole
idea.
idea.
Mm. Oh, and
Oh,
I
and I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say
say
also
also
dealing
dealing
with
with the
the council
council
of
of
Nicaea
Nicaea
wasn't
wasn't
even
even
our
our
folks.
folks.
So
So
who
who
are
were
these
these
people?
people?
I
I
personally
personally
believe
believe
that
that
these
these
people
people
were
were
like
like
Africans,
Africans,
the so-called
so-called
Confederate.
Confederate.
You
You
know,
know,
because if
because
those
those
weren't
weren't
in
in
our
our
kinfolk,
kinfolk
that
that
was
was determining
determining certain
certain
things.
things.
Now,
Now
my
my
question
question
was
was
King
King
James,
James,
but they
but they
said
said
King
King
James
James
authorized
authorized
it,
it,
but
but
I've
I've
been
been
questioning
questioning
like what's
what's
going
going
on.
on.
He
He
authorized
authorized
the
the
Bible,
Bible,
but
but
who
who
like something's
something's
wrong
wrong.
with the whole thing. But
But
what's
what's
going
going
on,
on,
Halito,
Halito,
Michaela?
Michaela?
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
What's
right?
What's
up,
up,
mate
man,
from
from
above?
above?
How
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was interacting with the Royals, and I can go back and find people from Buckingham
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Palace in my family tree. Something about the story of King James ain't adding up either. Like, because Jamestown, Virginia, is definitely named after him, without a doubt. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's like, bro, I'm gonna have to read these documents again, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, make a invalid judgment. But Hall was more, seemed like he was more begging for help than he was trying to war on people. They only started doing the war thing because he wasn't receiving the help he needed.
Hey,
Hey,
It's like,
one
one
second,
second,
TB.
TV. I'm
I'm about
about
to
to
go
go
ahead
ahead
and
and
end the
end the
stream,
stream,
you
you
guys.
guys.
I'll
I'll
be
be
back
back
tomorrow
tomorrow
earlier.
earlier.
You
You
know
know
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
I
I
just
just
know
know
my
my
family
family
gonna
gonna
start.
start.
Some
I'm
noise
going.
is gonna be made, so I'm gonna
I'm gonna
go
go
ahead and
ahead and
end it
end
for
it for
right
right
now.
now.
But
But
I'll be
I'll be
back
back
early, probably
probably
like
like
um, what's
what's
today?
today?
What's
What's
today?
today?
I don't say
I believe
I
I
lost
lost
track of
track
the
of the
day.
date.
Oh,
Oh,
today
today
Friday.
Friday.
Hold
Hold
on
on
now.
now.
I
I
might
might
be
be
back
back
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's a
It's a
possibility,
possibility,
okay?
okay?
And
And
if
if
I
I
do
do
come
come
back,
back,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
probably
probably
be
be
either
either
later.
later.
If
If
I
I
don't
don't
do a
do a
live
live
stream
stream
tomorrow,
tomorrow,
it
it
would
would
definitely
definitely
be
be
on
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
And we
We
can
can
set
set
it
it
up
up
right
right
with
with
TB.
TB.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
do
2
2
live
live
streams
streams
on
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
One in
One
the
in the
morning,
morning,
then
then
probably
probably
one
one
like
like
in the
in the afternoon.
afternoon. Y'all
Y'all
heard
heard
me?
me?
Can
You
you hear
heard
me
me
in
in
the
the
chat?
chat?
You
You
said is
said
the
the
chat
chat
good?
good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
just
trying to
trying to
make
make
sure
sure
they
they
heard
heard
what
what
I
I
said
said
before
before
I
I
go
go
ahead and
ahead and
stop
stop
it.
it.
It
It
might
might
have,
have,
it
it
might
might
have a
have a
short
short
lag,
lag,
but
but
I'm
I'm
just
just
trying to
trying.
make sure.
Seems like you got an amazing chat, man. Like you got some good followers.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
they
they
awesome.
awesome.
I
I
told
told
people
people
on
on
YouTube be
YouTube be
showing
showing
love,
love,
man.
man.
Like
Like
people
people on
TikTok,
TikTok,
it's
it's
too
too
easy
easy
for
for
them to
them to
come
come
in and
in and
start
start
hating
hating
and
and
make
make
a
a
whole
whole
nother
nother
account.
account. It's
It's way
way
too
too
easy
easy
for
for
that.
that.
But
But
you
you
know,
know,
you
you
gotta
gotta
create
create
your
your
whole
whole
email.
email.
You
You
gotta
gotta
do
do
a
a
whole
whole
email
email
about.
about
Man, you know my TV Atlas account got banned last night.
it.
See,
See,
that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
We
We
need to
need to
take
take
all
all
we
we
know.
know.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
take it
take
to
it to
YouTube. We're
YouTube. We're
gonna
gonna
bring
bring
all
all
the
the
information you
information you
guys
guys
to
to
YouTube.
YouTube.
But
But
like
like
for
for
real,
real,
you
you
know
know,
my
my
page
page
got
got
permanently
permanently
deleted.
deleted.
My Monty
Monty
Muse
Muse
page.
page.
Mine too.
Dang,
Dang,
so
so
they
they
permanently
permanently
deleted
deleted
your
your
TB
TB
Adams
Adams
account?
account?
Yep.
See,
See,
that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about,
about,
man.
man.
You
You
know,
know,
forget
forget
what they
what they
got
got
going on.
going.
We
We
gonna
gonna
take it
take it
all
all
over
over
here.
here.
See, that was gonna kill us. If not, we was gonna be sharing our shit all over TikTok. And ain't gonna be no way they can get rid of it.
Exactly.
Cause listen, I got into it. I got into it with the name the other night because they was calling us gang members and a threat to society, talking about they need to they need to link them and the African Americans were talking about linking up against us to fight us, like doing whatever they need to do is necessary to protect themselves from the harm that we're trying to cause to them. And so I'm like,
Harm.
Harm.
you know, me God is socialite. What?
Harm.
So we hopping up on the panel, we in the comments, because I'm like, bro, y'all keep talking about we threats and we gang members, all this right here. We trying to destroy society and talking about unaliving y'all. I said, bro, listen, let me tell y'all folks something. The minute y'all make fake pages and throw threats at us or whatever y'all be doing, don't get on the internet crying talking about y'all numbers alone. We trying to annihilate y'all from off the face of the planet. Because if we wanted to, we could have been did it. Do y'all realize that we can just walk on your ridges and nobody can stop us?
See,
See,
they
they
probably
probably
took
took
that
that
in
in
and
and
got
got
scared.
scared.
Oh, well.
You
You
know,
know,
but
but
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying,
saying,
like,
like,
dealing
dealing
with
with
these.
these.
Like, dealing with them cuz that shit, that, like, it's crazy because them folks are really out here talking about we're attacking them in the public. But I'm like, what a police report? Where your injuries? Like, oh, they just ran up on me and was saying stuff to me. I'm like, but y'all was just saying that somebody harmed you the other day. Like, the dude Nuke, he lied saying he got shot, but the next day was in the gym doing pull-ups. How you gonna say somebody came through busting choppers at you and you got hit with a rifle bullet, but you in the gym doing pull-ups?
That don't make sense to me.
I ain't never seen nobody get hit with no iron and the next day you sitting in the gym pulling all of your limbs. Man, find somebody else to play with. What I'm trying to get folks to realize is that's what these people do because their numbers are low. They get with other people that's supposed to be us and they boycott us, bro. Like,
Yeah.
if y'all don't pay no attention, it's been happening for a long time. The few people that don't like the mass of everybody else who wants to be something like how I was explaining to y'all about the countries and all the building we doing around the world. A lot of people come from that themselves, and they never wanted to come back to America, but their ancestors lost the fight over the sea, so they got sent back here. They came back here as slaves. they would never like us in a certain form of matter. It's not the way that they was taught. It's in their genetics to be like that. Like some people should wake up and feel the colonizer that's in them. You don't just hate people that look like you for no reason. Like, and when we have to start realizing and waking up, realizing that we did this to our own people, the people that was high royalty for over the people that was low. It's always been like that. Royalty over the peasants.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
you're
you're
right.
right.
If
And if
these
these
people
people
are
are
some
some
type
type
of
of
new
new
species,
species,
right?
right,
Then
then
that's
that's
how
how
things
things
was
was
operating
operating
beforehand.
beforehand.
And
And
I
I
told
told
you
you
before,
before,
us
us
Americans
Americans
were
were
the
the
only
only
people
people
on
on
the
the
planet.
planet.
So,
So
what
what
kind
kind
of
of
dynamic
dynamic
do
do
they
they
think
think
was
is
going
going
on?
on?
Because
Because
there
there
was
was
had to
had to
be
be
multiple
multiple
nations.
nations.
I
I
told
told
we
you
ain't just a
it's a
one
one
shot
shot
side
side
type
type
of
of
style
style
people.
people.
I
I
might
might
not
not
want to
want to
dress
dress
the
the
way
way
you
you
want to
want to
dress.
dress. You know,
I
I
might
might
do a
do a
painting
painting
different
different
from the
from the
way
way
you
you
do a
do a
painting.
painting.
I
I
might
might
make
make
music
music
from
from
different
different
how
how
you
you
make
make
music.
music.
And
And
then
then
we
we
split.
split,
Even
even
though
though
we
we
come
come
from the
from the
same
same
blood,
blood.
TB, we
We
might
might
split.
split,
And
and
I
I
start
start
my
my
own
own
nation
nation
based
based
off
off
what
what
how
how
my
my
style
style is.
is. You
You
start
start
your
your
nation
nation
based
based
off
off
how
how
your
your
style
style
is.
is.
And next
Next
thing
thing
you
you
know,
know,
100
100
years
years
down
down
the
the
road,
road,
you
you
got
got
Tibet,
Tibet,
then
and
you
you
got
got
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
You know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying?
So,
So,
you
you
know,
know,
and
and
both of
both of
them
them
things
things
named
named
after
after
us.
us.
Now
Now
you
you
got
got
Monty,
Monty,
and you
and you
got
got
TB.
TB.
You
You
know,
know,
and
and
that's
that's
really
really
how a
how a
lot of
lot of
this
this
stuff
stuff
ended
ended
up
up
happening.
happening.
And
And
so
so
when I
when I
try to
try to
tell
tell
people a
people a
lot of
lot of
these
these
places
places
were
were
started
started
by
by
us,
us,
you
you
know,
know,
all these
all these
countries
countries
and
and
all of
all of
that.
that.
And
And
then,
then, you know,
it's
it's,
I
I
mean,
mean,
pay
pay
attention
attention
to the
to the
names of
names of
these
these
places.
places.
Like
Like
I
I
was
was
looking at
looking
the
at the
map
map
the
the
other
other
day.
day.
It
It
said
said
Siberia.
Siberia.
Take
Take
the
the
S
S
off
off
that.
that.
Take
Take
the
the
S
S
off
off
of
of
that.
that.
You
You
get
get
Iberia.
Iberia.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
it's
like
like
little
little
stuff
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
And I'm
I'm
like,
like,
it's
it's
inside
inside
of
of
these
these
names.
names.
They shouldn't put con on nothing if they don't think about America.
For real.
Because we the only place that has multiple cons. Puerto Ricans, Costa Ricans,
Jamaicans.
Mexicans, Americans. What other place has more cons than us, literally? Like, you can find other places in America that has con on the back of it. So when y'all think about cons or cans, how many other cans are around the world? Because I know there's a lot of stands, but not a lot of cans. Like, does Asia have any cans or cons? No. They have people with those names, but they're
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
everywhere. You get what I'm saying?
you're right.
right.
They have no countries with the con on the back of it. So in order for you to be a national con, you would have to be from a land that has con at the back of the name. Because that's like the nations get named after the people and the people get named after the nation or the family or however. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
talk to
talk to
y'all
y'all
later
later
on
on
YouTube. I'm
YouTube. I'm
about to
about to
end
end
it.
it.
Peace.
Peace.